Good morning. Welcome to Talk That Tony. I'm your host, Tony. Wait, I messed up. Welcome to Talk That Tony, where we talk that talk. I'm Tony, so let's talk. No, I still didn't get it right. Welcome to Talk That Tony, where we talk that talk. I'm your host, Tony, so let's talk. I think I got it right that time. A lot of T's and talks. Tis, a lot of tis. Good morning, guys. I'm not 100%. We'll get into it. Hope everybody's well today. I'm great. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm back, bitch. I apologize for the lack of videos last few days. Between work, it's harder to make videos when I work earlier in the mornings. Lately, I've been working a lot of 7 a.m. shifts instead of my 10 a.m. shifts. Today is a 10 a.m. shift, so I can actually sit down, enjoy my morning, make a video and edit it and post it. Plus, I've been sick the last few days, so I couldn't really make a video. I just wasn't about it. I think it was food poisoning. I think I'm the only one that thinks that. Let people think whatever else they want. I don't give a damn. I think it was food poisoning from my Longhorn I ate. So the last Wednesday, we went out of town for the day. Went to IKEA, and we went to Longhorn afterwards. And that night is when I started feeling ugh. I mean, me and my boyfriend got the same thing. Maybe he got the good dish, I got the bad dish, whatever. I think I got sick from it, and I was just so like, oh my God. And I called out of work yesterday. The day before yesterday, I threw up. I still went to work to kind of push through because I cannot afford to miss a day of work. And then yesterday I called out. I was like, I'm just not going to do it. They have nothing is held against you right now if you call out because of COVID and everything. So I just wanted to take my precaution and take care of myself and get better. And I'm still like, I think I'm at the end game of it, but I'm not like 100%, but I'm getting there. This is my first cup of coffee in 2 days. Ugh, it tastes so good. The boyfriend threw out the option of maybe it's like the milk and coffee and dairy stuff. And I'm like, but I like my coffee. What you trying to say? Like maybe you should try like the lactose stuff or non-dairy, like, the alternatives, I guess, to dairy and cream. I don't know if it's exactly that. I feel like thinking about it, I've had some instances, is that the right word? I've had some times where if I have, I guess, too much dairy, not that I eat dairy like that, I will kind of get a little uneasy and sick. I don't know. But I really don't eat. The last few days I've been having cereal every day in a row. Breakfast, and I have my coffee every day, but that's about it. I think once in a while I'll eat like the cube cheese. That's like a good snack. I don't know, maybe I am lactose intolerant. I don't think I am. Or eggs, dairy. Anyways, I feel fine, so we're back to the regular scheduled programming as long as I work a good shift. Not next week, but the week after next. All week I'm working like at 10 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully if I can get things right and if I can find some topics to talk about all week, I'm going to try to do a video every day in that week. But like I said, sometimes it's hard to make a video every day if you have nothing to talk about. Because sometimes I feel like this is just like a live broadcast and I'm just like, hey guys, what do we talk about next? But I like making my videos, so I try to push through with it. Even if it looks like I'm doing nothing or have nothing to talk about. My routines in the morning are I wake up. If I go to work late in the day, I'll wake up, take my shower and everything. Before I make this video, I'll get the coffee going. I'll clean up the kitchen behind me. I just feel like every time I go to bed, the kitchen's a mess. We wake up, the kitchen's a wreck, and I feel like I have to clean it. I'm like, if I could just get some help, please. No, I hate a messy house in general, a messy kitchen. I like things to be clean all the time. We have our doggy. I love him to death now. I mean, I didn't want him at first. Sorry, baby. Didn't want him at first. The boyfriend convinced me, begged and begged. But I knew what it was gonna be like. It was gonna be odor, smelly house. It was gonna be hair. It was gonna be poo-poo, pee-pee everywhere. Potential chewed up things. And I'm just like, I know. I've been there, done that. I don't need it again. So. About one of everything I just said happened so far, but we're working on it, Working on his barking. God help me. When we get a house, if we get a house, I'm gonna get like a he shed. for like all me peace sanctuary, because you know I need this. I need peace. I need peace, and sometimes I just want to get away from everything and just get my peace box. I have a hard time with like energies, sharing energies and vibes, because if it's not anything near my vibe and energy about how I do things, I'm off. Can't explain it. It's weird. Speaking of energies and vibes, I have a topic to talk about. Books. I'm not a book person unless the book really stands out to me. I'm not a book person unless it really stands out to me. I have a handful of books that I've read. Snooki, The Sure Thing, Gigi Gorgeous' book, Justine's book, Erica Jane's book, and then I have Homebody from Target. Pretty much Ratchet and Peace books stand out to me. Those are my influences, you know. Gigi Gorgeous, Snooki, Erica Jane, the people who are just free and don't care and dress wild, like those are my inspirations. They've always been. So clearly it makes sense. And Justine inspired me to do my videos and vlog and stuff, though she don't even make the same content anymore. So girl, that book is irrelevant these days, unfortunately. Okay, I'm getting distracted now. So this book I've got, Homebody from Target. I actually bought it months ago, but I just now got to reading it the other day when I had time. And 20%. I love this book. It's like a mind, body, and soul kind of thing, and it kind of has like it's definitely inspirational. It's got valid points about you, your life, and obstacles of life, and just trying to move forward with it, if that makes sense. So I love it. The back of the book says, after feeling disconnected for so long, my mind and body are finally coming back to each other. It's a good read. Like, I want to see, there are like a few pages that really stood out to me. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like the first page, I'm in the darkest room of my life. Like, felt that at one point. Now you are lonely, but you are not alone. I need to survive, lit a fire in me. I am trusting the uncertainty and believing I will end up somewhere right and good. That's what you need to do. You need to accept and trust the uncertainty that is an unpredictable life ahead. You don't know what's ahead, but you need to trust it. And if it gets any worse, it needs to get worse before it gets better. Try to tell yourself that. Like really, it's about the mind. You need to really believe in yourself. Oh, here's one of them. You lose everything when you don't love yourself. Preach. Preach, preach, preach. Like when you don't love yourself, so many people try to love everybody, everything else before loving themselves. Everything starts with you. And I can't practice that enough. And yes, it was a struggle for me as well. Like I was like all like, oh, preach, preach, preach before I hit my lowest point. So I had to like kind of re-preach, practice what I preach. But you have to love yourself. Everything else will fall into place. You do lose everything when you lose yourself, because when you lose yourself, or when you don't love yourself, you lose sight of what's important. You lose motivation, inspiration. You lose so much, you know? How can I be so cruel to myself when I'm doing the best I can? Absolutely. You could be doing great, but you will be hard on yourself. You will find reasons that things are wrong and what's wrong with you. Like, hello? Because you don't love yourself, okay? It's not like a book, but it's like each page has poems and things like that. So it's a very quick book, like it's a fast read. But I kind of read in between the lines. I kind of vision myself as I read it, so it'll take a little bit longer, but you know. List of things to heal your mood. You could cry it, walk it, write it. Hello, I preach all of those. Scream it, dance it out of your body. I could not relate more to. Like I couldn't tell you all the times I just go in the room, play some music, dance around, put on a cute outfit. It's just part of my outlet and part of expression. And it really heals the mood. Music does a lot. Looking yourself in the mirror because you love yourself so much does a lot. Putting on some clothes that represent yourself mean a lot. Like it's all within like, you know, it's all things you need to do. Cry it. I couldn't tell you how many times I've cried it out. I've made videos of me crying it out that are private now, but you know, you just want to be heard. Yo, walk it. I love my walks and they're really healing, you know? Write it. I write. you get so much off your chest when you write it out. It's not bottled up, it's down somewhere, it's written down, it's you know, it's out there. So it helps. If after all that you are still spiraling out of control, ask yourself if sinking into the mud is worth it. Do you really want to just end it there? Do you really want to just keep going down? Eventually you gotta say no. No. You have to breathe, sip tea, in my case coffee, and I do drink tea as well. You have to feel your nervous system settle. You are the hero of your life, abso-freaking-lutely. You're the universe has prepared you to handle this, no matter how dark it gets. There's a reason why you're put to this test, because you can handle it. You are the light. Walk yourself back to where the love lives. Abso-freaking-lutely. I am loving myself out of the dark. Absolutely. You gotta love yourself out of the darkest times. You gotta look in yourself in the mirror and tell yourself who you are, you know. I'm breathing, aren't I? Yes. It's a sign that the universe is on my side. I've made it this far. I can make it all the way. Hello. Yes. You didn't lose it. Happiness has always been there. It has been. What we live through is living in us, so that affects, you know, how we live. A lot of people have trauma and stuff, so I'm not a victim of what I went through. Pulled a warrior out of me, and it is my greatest honor. So there's just a lot of relatable things in here. I will be full of color. I will touch the sky again. I want a parade. I want music. I want confetti. I want a marching band. For the one surviving in silence, I want a standing ovation for every person who wakes up and moves forward towards the sun when there is a shadow. Hello? Reach. This one really stood out to me. And I'm going to try not to be no offense if certain people are watching at all, but you know, I'm all about myself, and I'm you need to be that confident, independent person. It's almost like people have a problem when you chew independent, because then you kind of are full of yourself. I'm not better than other people. I'm not better than anybody else. I don't think I've never claimed to be better than anybody else. I'm just saying this next part could offend people who are no offense, insecure, or just have issues with themselves. I've always been a person of independence and loving myself. I don't need anybody else, you know, that kind of person. So no offense by this, but this was the highlight of the book for me. Okay. I'm too in love with my life to be spilling over the floor for the next man who gives me butterflies, when I could look in the mirror and take my own breath away. That gave me goosebumps, and even now it's giving me goosebumps, because I'm just yes. Because at the end of the day, we don't need anybody else. You know, we are our own. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, you are waking up in your body to your life. At the end of the day, you are going to bed, closing your eyes, going into your dreams. You know, you are breathing your air. It's all you. At the end of the day, you need to be strong for you, no matter who comes in and goes out of your life, you know? So that, boom, hit me. Because I am high on life. I am that free spirit. And it's just, I don't depend on anybody. Been there, done that, so I'm just saying, I'm too in love with my life. I don't need anybody. That doesn't mean I don't care and love people, though. Let's get that straight too, because you know, people would be offended at this, and that's where your issues lie in, not my issues, because you don't love yourself. So it goes back, everything kind of ties back together here. There are a couple slightly sexual parts in this book too, which I didn't expect, but there's a story behind this book as well. I want someone who is inspired by my brilliance, not threatened by it. I feel like that's a problem for a lot of people. People who are, I take that as someone who is independent and confident, and who knows themselves, who knows their life, who's on that track, who hadn't let bad situations define them. People who, complete opposite of that, no offense, finds everything wrong with people like us who are independent and kind of up there, you know? They want to be us. That sounds awful. But who wouldn't want to be high? Who wants to be down and depressed and insecure and down all the time? Who wants to be that person? True tea. No, I'm not trying to offend anybody with that, but You want people, and it's like, I'm a vibe and energy person. You want people who are gonna be like you. You want people who are gonna, you know, and it's okay if you're around people who are not like you. I think that's where you want to help people like that, because you see potential in them, and they don't see them themselves, so they don't want you to help them, or like, you know, it's a very touchy, sensitive subject. But I feel that, you know, you want someone who is inspired by your brilliance and not threatened by it, you know, because it takes a lot out of you. If you're like anywhere around energies and vibes, especially if you're a person of energy and vibe, if you're around someone who's completely opposite of that, it really takes a toll on you. Just saying. I sound like a douche. I'm not trying to sound like a douche. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's real, like mind and like it's real mind and body. It's real mind shit you have to like dive into. I'm careful about who I spend my energy on. I know my worth. I feel that the best years are behind me and nothing beyond this point will add up. Okay, that is me sometimes, I will say. I feel like I've lived my happiest days and they're behind me. And you kind of have that fear a little bit. It's not stopping me from living life, but I'm just saying, like, in general, like, yeah, I think the happiest years and times are behind me. And I feel that I'm not going to have that again. Like, I'm not going to have the new happiest days of my life. So that makes sense. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy today, of course, but I remember a time when I was happier, and I think it was pre-relationships, like 2013, when I didn't know, like, I wasn't about relationships. I was just focused on me. And that's when I was at my prime on YouTube. I was popular on YouTube at the time more. I was getting more views. I was doing more skits, more hauls, more comedy videos, more, like, I was in my prime with my content. The vlogs were just fun. I was young. It was just, I was finding myself. It was just, it was a time of life, you know? And I remember those being the best days, you know? As you get older, of course, life changes, life gets harder, responsibilities, you meet people, you really start learning about the mind and body and soul and so much more, like, factors into your life that you have to, like, and you just think, like, oh my God, what if I'm never, like, the happiest, what if I never have the happiest days like I did again? Like, are you supposed to have the happiest days? Like, you know, it's a very interesting conversation. Like, this book really, it takes you place, you know? We can work at our own pace and still be successful. Yes, and that goes back to, I think the last video or the other video, one of my other talk videos recently. You have to do things at your own pace. You can't really do a time frame. You can't say, I want to do this by this time, by this age. Your own pace is how you're going to be successful. It does, like, I feel like if people rush their life and time frames and stuff, you're not going to be as successful as you want to be. Maybe good in the moments, but as time goes on, you're going to hit obstacles. At least that's how I see it. Okay, I'm not going to I'm not going to do all this. Oh, and then it talks about, money issues and stuff. We've ruined our only home for convenience and profit, neither of which will be useful once the earth can't breathe. And you know, it talks about everything kind of being, I think it brings up money, like everything being about money. And I'm like, yes, hello. All right, guys, I got to turn the video off because I'm about out of storage. My thing cut off. So I'm going to cut it there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe we'll retouch back on this in the next video. Sorry again if I offend anybody. You know, this book, you know, the mind, everything has, like, powerful. The mind is a powerful thing, and it plays so much into our lives, more than we know and more than we think. So think about that and love yourself before anybody and anything else, okay? So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below on anything you want. If you want me to cover anything, I'll do my best and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.